Let's get into it. Coach Colin here. You guys hear about Joey Swoll? Do you know who Joey Swoll is? He's this guy. He's basically just generic good guy, positive gym dude. That's basically what he is. Jacked, very jacked, obviously. Call him Swoll, right? This guy puts a picture of Hulk Hogan as a tribute because he inspired him. Gets I don't know what happened, but he got re-educated by a bunch of people, and then he apologized to the mob. You never apologize to the mob. You never look the blue-haireds in the face with their nose rings and spacers and apologize. You never do it. He did, and it looks so silly. Just know, if you guys are ever in the position where you are on social media, you've blown up, this is what you look like when you choose to apologize for basically nothing. You want to see what he did? This is what he did. Look, that's it. That's literally what he posted. RIP to a legend, one of my inspirations to start working out. That's it. And then people are like, he said the N-word. You know that, right? He said the N-word. That means you can't. He said it once, maybe twice. I don't know, but you can't. That's it. Dressed up like him. Boss picture, too. It's a great picture. But this is how he apologized. Then I'm going to show you an example of someone who didn't apologize at all and how well things went for them.
Community and all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that. Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said that I was posting to celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with, that made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know to the extent of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible things that man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down, and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person of color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody...
I never heard that part. I used the word colored. No, that's... Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't heard anybody say that in so long. Oh, and then he apologized for that. You can't do that. That's like cutting your arm and sticking it in the water, man. You don't do that. You just stick it in the ocean. You just take it. You know what I mean? And you just let's see what happens. What do you think's gonna happen? You think everybody? When has that ever happened? And everybody just went, oh well, thank you. I mean, fantastic. It's never happened once. Never once has someone apologized for something they did that was nothing or happened years ago or whatever, and everybody went, good job. No, it's always the opposite. It's always, well, we have them on the ropes now. Well, there's this person, they're on the screen, they're rich, they're the social media person, they're popular. We have him on the ropes now. Let's see if we can destroy his whole life. Yeah. You want to see if we can destroy his whole life? Yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to see if we could somehow break him down to the point where he's living in a cardboard box. Can we find out where he lives? I think we could. Could we take things to his house and see if we could do any damage? I would love to do that. That's what happens every single time. Every time. And it's well-to-do people who just have like Starbucks cups and they're like, I don't know, I'll find out his last name and I'll see if I can find out where his parents live. Okay, guys, let's This is great. Great apology. That's what happens every time. Don't do it. Don't bother. And then look at your face. Look at your face now. You look silly. You said colored. Bro, you shouldn't even have brought it up. I said colored athletes. That is funny, though. Somebody was talking to him about the whole thing, and he's like, you should say that to the colored athletes. This guy's Captain America. He's Captain America. He looks young, but he's really from the 40s, and it's all good, man. Nice to meet you from the 40s. It's cool. You know?
Educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately apologized to everyone and said I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on holding people accountable and doing better. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't hold myself to the same standards. I am human. I am still growing. I am still learning. And I promise all of you, I will do better. I have nothing but love and kindness in my heart. I will continue to try to make the world a better place. And once again, to everybody, I apologize.
That three apologies? Jeez. One thing happened. This guy apologized 3 times. I said colored. Someone said, you can't do that. I immediately apologized to everyone, even the white people. And I just like to say I'm sorry again. And you know what happened? Twitter lit on fire. You think, let me tell you something. Let me tell you that. I am black, okay? I know. It doesn't seem like it. I know, but I am. And I know I know exactly how they responded. They were like, we don't care. You're a racist. That's it. You're a racist. 400 years. This is just like slavery. That's what they did. Just like that. This is just like slavery. What she did to us. Oh, yeah. Give me money. One of them for sure. You think, I'm not making that up. One person for sure was like, Joey should give us all his money. That's what he should do, right? He should send us money. Huh, guys? Reparations? Can I get anybody? For sure, at least one person did that. You're crazy if you think it was 0, you're out of your mind. And then he says, I'm off social media. He leaves social media. He's like, I'm done. I've tried to help people and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden he comes back because for sure he realized there's a bunch of people who still support him on the right because we haven't gone mad. And then he comes back and he's like,
anywhere, and you are not going to cancel me. I just needed a few days to step back, to breathe, to get my mind right. And over those few days, I received thousands and thousands of messages from people telling me, do not quit. How much I help and inspire them, including messages giving me a good kick in the ass that I needed to get back up. So I am not quitting, and I am done apologizing.
Man, it's so funny because it's like people were just like, you can't say that, Joey. And he's just like, okay, I apologize. And then a bunch of people were like, hey, Joey, what are you doing? You can still do whatever you want. No need to apologize. Come on. And he's like, hey, you're right. This guy is an NPC. He's just one of the updated NPCs. You know, they're usually very bland and they're just like walking around. They got skinny arms and stuff. He's just the upgraded version. That's all this is. This guy's not thinking for himself at all. And then you have her. Is there a headline underneath this? I think I'm good. Right? What do you think, boys? We're good right here? Ladies, cover your eyes, please. Cover your ears. Then we have American Eagle. That's perfect. I can read everything perfectly now. American Eagle refuses to apologize for Sydney Sweeney ads. Then you got American Eagle. They know what's up. Never apologize to the mob. And they didn't. They made sure not to apologize. Instead, they released this. Check this out.
As well, though. Hi, I'm Sydney Sweeney, and I'm from Spokane, Washington. I can work as a local hire as well, though, and I'm available for the American Eagle jeans campaign shoot.
Profile and hands, please. Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Sydney Sweeney has very keen.
Next.
Yeah, nice little commercial there. They already paid her $10 million by the time that was actually filmed. But what they actually had to say was Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her story. Will continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great jeans look good on everyone. That's it. That's it. That's how you do it. You don't apologize for nothing. Your stock goes up. Everybody's talking about your company. It gets pushed to a higher level. I haven't heard anything about American Eagle in the longest time. I haven't bought a pair of jeans from American Eagle in like 12 years. You know what I mean? So this is what you do. You don't bow down, because once you bow down, that's it. They just sink their teeth in, man. Sink their teeth in. So I'm so glad they didn't apologize. There's no need to apologize for this stuff. Look, stock went up. Look at that. Stock went up. Of course it did. That's what you do. You gotta push. You gotta push, man. Look at this. People are comparing the two. Of course they are. Who is this again? I think it was Porsche. Some car company. They were doing something ridiculous. This is what you do. This is just a perfect example. You know, like in college, I took supply chain management, and we always had... Yes, Mr. T. We always had case studies in supply chain management, and like I think it was Toyota was always a big one, and you know there's always these case studies of people who did amazing things and people who did horrible things, and in supply chain management, and their companies fell apart or their companies rose to a much higher level than ever before. And this is a perfect case study in what to do when it comes to advertising. You pulled off the advertising perfectly. You knew it was going to upset the people who can't even fit inside your clothing. You knew that they would push the campaign forward like never before. You didn't apologize. So no one who actually wants to participate in this brand feels like they're being alienated or feels like they've lost a battle to the woke mob. That's how you do it. I mean, that is just how you do it, guys. Never, ever apologize to the mob. Look where Fox put their logo. What's the matter with you, Fox? Huh? You guys okay? Again, another case study. Well played. Well played by Fox. Good job. Good job. That's what you do. That's what you do. You can't look there without seeing Fox, right? I mean, let's be honest. Apologize, ladies. That was just locker room talk, okay? This episode was just locker room talk, all right? Anyways, guys, I'm out of here.